We're here at the Resources Rising Stars, the Boom in the Room Mining Investment Conference in Perth. And I'm with Duncan Craib, the Managing Director of Boss Energy. Duncan, thanks very much for joining us today. Wanted to just find out, I heard you in the presentation, you said that you will be Australia's next uranium producer. Why do you say that?
Oh, Paul, for many reasons, but basically we've technically de-risked the project to a point now that we can get investment funding to move ahead. But moreover, we're fully permitted, and by that we've got an export permit for £3.3 million, which basically means that all your other permitting is in good order, ready to restart.
And when you talk about having infrastructure and permitting, what's the key bit of infrastructure that you need to be a uranium producer?
Key infrastructure, we've got the plant. It already exists. This is a proven plant that's produced before. Here's the solvent exchange columns. We're basically replacing those with ion exchange columns. It's as simple as that. It allows us to be a more competitive project, increasing our production profile and reducing our operating costs.
Now the uranium price has taken off, Duncan, in the last month or two. What's been driving it so high?
It's really, that's talking about the spot price. Term contracts are catching up. It's really a lot of that mobile inventory that was available at spot is now being soaked up by this Sprott Commodity Trust, acronym of SPUT, and that's really soaking up a lot of that material. So as we know, there's no new primary production coming on stream, demand keeps rising, lack of inventory, prices had to go up, and they'll have to keep going up to incentivise new production.
Now, two of the biggest issues in the world, Duncan, at the moment are the energy crisis, particularly in Europe and in China, and at the same time the renewed push to reduce carbon emissions. What's the role for nuclear in amidst those two issues?
Well, right now, nuclear accounts for 12% of the world's supply of electricity, and that's just set to grow. To decarbonise and mitigate climate change, there's a huge push towards small modular reactors, particularly in the UK, China, and now France are applying their nuclear knowledge in terms of building these SMRs to put them out as an export unit by 2030. So big push, and none of those factors were focused in on the forecasted demand curve. So really, nuclear's got a role to play alongside renewables. It's here to stay and it's set to grow.
So basically, if the world wants to meet these emission reductions targets, and we don't want another repeat of the energy crisis we're seeing in Europe and China at the moment, among other places, the only way to have your cake and eat it, if you like, Duncan, is nuclear energy.
Yeah, absolutely. Next month we've got the Glasgow Climate Conference, and I think you're going to hear a lot about SMR technology at that conference and how well it's being endorsed. And Mineral Council of Australia last week put out a very detailed booklet supporting SMR technology in Australia. So absolutely, it's gaining prominence around the world.
Thanks very much, Duncan.
Great, thanks, Paul. Cheers.